Your top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts Bringing Value Home. Family pleads for justice in the killing of Linden father. 2 police killings in less than 24 hours triggers political firestorm in Linden. Police protesters injured, public property damaged, and revise the Sexual Offences Act to include National Sex Offenders Registry. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm ALETHEA Grant with the Tuesday, April 8th, 2025 edition of the HGP Nightly News. This is what you need to know this evening. One day after the death of a 26-year-old Linden resident, family members are pleading for justice. 26-year-old Ronaldo Peters was on Monday gunned down by a police sergeant. Dacia Richards has that story.
And I need justice. I really need justice for my nephew. He lives with me. He's like my own son. He's like my own son.
That was the distraught aunt of 26-year-old Ronaldo Peters, who was fatally shot and killed by a police officer in the mining town of Linden on Monday. Speaking to members of the opposition earlier on Tuesday, the aunt related that so far, relatives were not visited by any government official or the police commander of Region 10.
As I saw on the footage, they drag my nephew like he's a dog, like he's an animal. So probably if he's an animal, if he's a dog, well then the family also must be dogs, because why they never come?
She highlighted that her nephew had no criminal record, but she was contacted by an officer in March in regards to the whereabouts of her nephew.
Corporal McBean asked me if I could bring him to the station 8:30 the next morning. I say my nephew is an adult. I have my busy schedule. I'm going to give him the message.
The police report claimed that the father of one was wanted for questioning in relation to an alleged rape of a child under the age of 16 that occurred between December 1st and January 31st. The ranks approached the 26-year-old in 1 Mile Linden, and according to a police report, the ranks were in full uniform, but surveillance footage showed the rank who shot Peters was dressed in plain clothing. The report claimed the young man was trying to escape and the police rank was pulling him from a fence when his service pistol in his right hand went off, hitting Peters. Although the police said he was immediately escorted to the Mackenzie Public Hospital, residents who were awaiting the young man's arrival at the hospital said they took a while to arrive. His body was escorted to the pensioner's mortuary awaiting a post-mortem, while the police rank is under close arrest. Meanwhile, as riot erupted on Tuesday, another young man identified as Dan Johnson was also shot and killed by ranks using live rounds. This further antagonized the already fragile situation. Investigations into both deaths are ongoing. For HGP Nightly News, I am Dacia Richards.
The death of Ronaldo Peters has sparked protest action across the mining town, as we hear from Travis Chase.
We are coming to you live from the mining town of Linden. This is the situation that has developed here. Heavily armed police in riot gear are standing guard as tires burn.
Just come and kill me. When they send them, it's more than they come from Marby. They come and shoot people on the bridge last time. Once you see this, you watch it gun and you watch it go.
You know why we need justice? The police will come with this bus here, sir, to kill this man here, sir. It's not a, it's in come with a police vehicle. We have video. He come with a police vehicle. They say I warrant down free. Up to now, I warrant they come out on Facebook or no way. So we need justice for this. If we get justice, Linden gonna dip on fire all the time.
When I get a story yesterday with somebody, or like a little incident with a knife scene or a weed scene, tomorrow you see these people in court. Justice don't rectify for them. So wait, why now?
You're hearing the cries of the residents of Linden. They're outraged over the killing of...
Get it right! Calm down, everybody calm down.
Justice. Justice is how we looking for. Justice. Nothing more justice, and we want to
Mr. Mohammed, I look at
messing up people in Linden, and there's the latest one again. Yeah, the day when I had it on a bun, the man do nothing about it. Now we going back again. Why you kill nothing else? But come here with
You heard the voices of the people. The riot squad is advancing. Bricks, missiles are being hurled at the police. They're advancing, apparently making way to extinguish the blaze, but the people are standing guard. Missiles are being hurled at the police. So the police are making attempts to extinguish the blaze, but the crowd putting up shots fired. Get shots. Police have opened fire. Shots. Get back. Pull back. The crowd is getting hostile. A police rank has been struck. Oh, he struck again. Look. Missiles are being hurled at the police and the police vehicle. Very dangerous situation. This is a riot. Of course, the police are pulling back. The police are clearly no match for the crowd here. I'm counting no more than 15 police ranks challenging a crowd of more than probably 400 or 500.
Yeah.
The police are clearly outnumbered here at half mile, but they're firing some shots. It is not a good day here in Linden.
Asking for President Irfan Ali. We asking for the Vice President Maya Jagdo to come to Linden immediately now. The police overdoing it.
The Wisma Bridge.
And the video they're showing everybody to go out.
And if you look into the distance, you will see straight across where the new bridge is building that a fire has been lit there as well.
Following the fatal police shooting of 2 young men in the mining town of Linden hours apart, President Irfan Ali has promised a professional investigation while opposition leader Aubrey Norton is demanding an independent probe, citing a lack of trust in the Guyana police force. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
With angry residents taken to the streets of Linden over the fatal police shootings of 2 young men, President Irfan Ali on Tuesday said a professional and transparent probe is underway. He added that independent external support will be sought if necessary to ensure the process receives the public's trust.
Office of Professional Responsibility is undertaking their investigation, and I've asked him whatever external support, if any, is needed, that those external support be sought to ensure that all parties, all stakeholders are comfortable with the outcome of the investigation and the process of investigation.
The president assured residents that the matter will be handled professionally and urged that the incident not be politicized.
I want to say to the residents that we're going to ensure with support, independent support, that this matter is dealt with professionally, and this should not be exploited politically.
President Ali also later warned against the destruction of public and private property. He said such actions are unlawful and unhelpful, especially since an independent investigation is already underway. The president confirmed that all aspects, including the roles of officers involved, will be thoroughly examined. He also stated that he has been fully briefed on the situation and the police officers involved are under close arrest. The head of state promised to meet with victims' families and community leaders to ensure their concerns are heard and addressed. Meanwhile, opposition leader Aubrey Norton strongly condemned the killings, deeming them extrajudicial. He called for an independent investigation while expressing distrust in the Ghana police force, which he claimed has been compromised.
We are deeply concerned that the Ali Jack-Dio regime is destroying all the guardrails of democracy and hurtling Guyana towards dictatorship.
Norton further called on all Guyanese to reject what he described as a lawless environment perpetuated by the government.
The regime has politicized and weaponized the Ghana police force to the point where some policemen have concluded that they can kill young Guyanese men who are vulnerable and poor and then be protected by the Ali Jack-Dio cabal.
Linden Mayor Sharma Solomon was also on the ground and said efforts are being made to support the grieving families as the fight for justice continues.
The police said to them that they wanted to take them on the helicopter ride to meet with the president in Georgetown. However, they have refused that, saying that the president should come and visit with the family.
Shadow Foreign Affairs Minister Mansa Walton Desir, who was also in Linden, questioned the handling of the incidents, stating that the standard operation procedures (SOPs) appear to have been ignored.
Our concern is very simple. We want no more fatalities. I pointed out to them that an important thing to do is to retract that erroneous statement that was made about the police being in uniform. It is an insult to people's intelligence. That you have a statement still out there when the video clearly shows that the men were not uniformed.
Tiana Co reporting for the HGP.
Meanwhile, several police officers were injured during the ongoing unrest in the mining town of Linden. A statement posted in the police force's WhatsApp group, Woman Assistant Superintendent of Police WASP Moore Bowen said police discharged rounds at the crowd in an effort to mitigate the situation where they were burning tires and destroying public property. WASP Moore Bowen said as police engaged protesters, they were greeted with missiles. Rounds were discharged at the protesters, causing the demise of one of them. The ranks were placed under arrest and the Office of Professional Responsibility has commenced investigation. Members of the Regional Security System, RSS, will also lead an independent investigation. More news on the other side of this break. Stay with us.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean it's time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we've got you. Save up to $50,000 on select fridges. Get a free grill or mixer with select stoves and more. Need to upgrade your home? Get smart TVs from as low as $32,999. Plus, shop today and pay later. And make your first payment in 30 days with Quartz Ready Finance. Whatever you need, we've got you. Only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offer ends April 23, 2025.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc. powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
70% ethyl alcohol, Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer eliminates 99.99% of all germs and even moisturizes in the process, leaving your skin clean and hydrated. Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer. How do you stay clean?
Are you ready for your next adventure? Whether it's lounging on sun-kissed beaches, exploring vibrant cities, or embarking on an unforgettable journey, we at Fan Travel Service have you covered. Looking for a hassle-free vacation? Our all-inclusive packages make it easy. From food and drinks, entertainment and excursions, we've got everything covered. With our daily flights to destinations around the world, the sky's the limit. Wherever your dream destination is, we'll get you there in comfort and style. And when you arrive, rest easy in one of our hand-picked worldwide hotels, offering you the perfect blend of luxury, convenience, and comfort. Dive deeper into local cultures with exciting tours and activities that let you experience your destination like never before. Need a ride? We've got you covered with car rentals that let you explore every corner of your destination at your own pace. No matter where you want to go, we at Fan Travel Services are here to make that dream vacation a reality. We've got you covered. Give us a call, visit our website, or stop by at our local offices and we'll be more than happy to help. Let's make that trip happen.
Welcome back. You're watching the HGP Nightly News. Antonio Day tells us that the state of affairs at the Guyana Elections Commission, GCOM, continues to worsen as one faction of the elections body decided not to retain the services of its legal officer, Kurt Silva.
The Guyana Elections Commission's opposition nominees Vincent Alexander, Charles Corbin, and Desmond Trotman have expressed displeasure at Chairperson retired Justice Khaled Singh's decision to not renew the contract of legal officer Kurt De Silva. The visibly irked commissioners told Nightly News on Thursday afternoon that Singh's abrupt decision favors government-appointed commissioners.
We have serious objections to the fact that she has absorbed him for 3 years. She has appraised him over 3 years, and then on one instance has now decided he's not fit for purpose.
Alexander also told Nightly News that in the past, there have been instances where legal officers were admonished for infractions, but their services were retained. Former legal officer Kurt De Silva during a recent court matter argued that there should be one ballot for general elections and another for regional elections, which did not sit well with GCOM CEO Vishnu Prasad.
And I'm not agreeing there was an infraction. This person has not been allowed a renewal of the contract. It is clear that GCOM is now operating at the behest of the government. The statements made by the commissioners, the statement made by government officials like the Attorney General, etc.
Prasad stated that De Silva's pronouncement misrepresented his position. Commissioner Alexander related that Chairperson Claudette Singh considered De Silva's stance as a supposed infraction, which he does not support.
On the agenda today also was the consideration of another officer's contract. However, they were, for the first time, we heard in this setting, there was a request for the re-interviewing of the officer. So you cannot see these issues in isolation.
A letter seen by this newscast showed that on March 5, 2025, retired Justice Khaled Singh approved a 3-year extension of De Silva's contract with the Commission. Charles Corbin, another GCOM commissioner, lamented that the state of affairs at the elections agency is spiraling out of control. According to Corbin, De Silva received an appraisal score of 98% out of 100 during his tenure at GCOM. His replacement is likely to encounter similar circumstances amid fears by Corbin due to the dictatorship at the level of GCOM. Desmond Trotman echoed similar sentiments.
Can you, holding the kind of office that she has, can make this recommendation to commission and then retreat simply because she was put under pressure by commissioners from the other side?
I'm Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Meanwhile, the opposition will only have two options, either to boycott the upcoming elections or participate on the duress. This is according to co-leader of the Working People's Alliance, Dr. David Hines.
Co-leader of the Working People's Alliance, Dr. David Hines, during his party's press conference hosted on Monday, said it would appear as though the opposition would be forced to boycott the elections or participate under duress. This follows an announcement by the Guyana Election Commission's Commissioner, Vincent Alexander, that the Secretariat will be ready for the regional and general elections by September of 2025.
One can assume that that body has formally or informally apprised the President of this proposed timetable. It should be noted that the Vice President has repeatedly floated November as the likely month for the election.
He pointed out that the situation needs intervention from international bodies since options presented to the opposition are dangerous.
It would have to be embraced by the broad opposition, which in turn would have to ensure that PPP's plans are disrupted.
The co-leader of the party added that the time frame being produced by both the electoral body and the government will not allow GCOM to ensure that elections are up to par, and as such, they have lost all confidence in GCOM.
While GCOM may be ready to conduct elections to meet the statutory deadline, it is simply not ready to conduct a free and fair election.
The party accuses the election body of favoring one side of the political spectrum. Meanwhile, opposition parties continued calls for the introduction of biometrics for the upcoming general and regional elections, along with a clean voters list. For HGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
We'll be back after this break. Stay with us.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean it's time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we've got you. Save up to $50,000 on select fridges. Get a free grill or mixer with select stoves and more. Need to upgrade your home? Get smart TVs from as low as $32,999. Plus, shop today and pay later. And make your first payment in 30 days with Quartz Ready Finance. Whatever you need, we've got you. Only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offer ends April 23, 2025.
And Diamond.
Thanks for staying with us. You're watching the HGP Nightly News as we continue. A more progressive and protective Sexual Offences Act is on the horizon in Guyana as nationwide consultations near completion. Human Services Minister Dr. Vindya Prasad says the updated law, which includes provisions for a national sex offender registry, will ensure accountability and safety. More details from Tiana Cole.
Following a series of national consultations, Human Services and Social Security Minister Dr. Vindya Prasad announced that Guyana's Sexual Offences Act is set to become a more robust and progressive piece of legislation. This announcement was made on Monday during a public consultation and symposium hosted by the ministry's Sexual Offences and Domestic Violence Policy Unit. The event, part of Sexual Assault Awareness Month, was held in collaboration with the Ministry of Legal Affairs, Imperial House, the Ghana Responsible Parenthood Association, GRPA, and ChildLink. Minister Prasad confirmed that the act is still in the consultative phase, but emphasized the strength of the existing legislation while expressing confidence in its upcoming revisions.
Like the Sexual Offences Act of 2010, these were, when they were introduced at that time, very progressive pieces of legislation in this side of the world. Pretty much now, in many of the other Caribbean countries, they don't have legislation like this, even now.
She added that a sexual offender registry will be part of the updated act. Under the proposed law, once a court makes the pronouncement, the convicted offender will be required to register in the national database. The registry will be maintained under the custody of the Commissioner of Police. Meanwhile, Attorney-at-Law Kim Kite Thomas, during a presentation, said the primary aim of the proposed database is to protect children and vulnerable adults who may be exposed to sexual offenders.
Enhance the protection of victims, particularly vulnerable groups, such as minors and, of course, persons with disabilities. Introduce measures to monitoring of sexual offenders, and this will come through the register because there's going to be a reporting period for sexual offenders once they have been found guilty.
The sex offender registry will apply to all citizens of Guyana who have been convicted of an eligible offense, whether locally or abroad. However, it will not apply to children or individuals diagnosed with a mental disability. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Tiana. Just over 1,000 companies registered here in the oil and gas sector have benefited from more than $1.5 billion in contracts due to the laws governing the industry. This is according to Head of State, President Irfaan Ali, during the Local Content Summit. Here is that story.
The data attests to the momentum we have built. As of the end of 2024, as I said, a total of 1,100 local companies were participating in the local oil and gas sector. Since the passage of the Local Content Act, local companies have benefited from over $1.5 billion in contracts and procurement.
That was Head of State Irfaan Ali speaking at the 2025 Local Content Summit. Speaking at the summit's opening ceremony at the Guyana Marriott Hotel in Kingston, Georgetown, President Ali described the forum as strategic and purposeful in alignment with its theme. The head of state urged business executives to introduce incentives for employees who develop new technologies or business models and ideas, noting that such innovation could fuel a new wave of development.
In new growth poorly emerges, it is critical for any government to take affirmative steps to enhance local participation, so as to ensure that the benefits of development are equitably shared and sustainably anchored within the country.
Now in its third year, the summit brings together key policymakers, industry experts, operators, subcontractors, vendors, private sector representatives, and among other participants. President Ali is adamant that key stakeholders in the oil industry must be open-minded to assisting thriving enterprises who are struggling to adjust to the competitiveness and requirements in the market. He noted that with the current industry trends, local thriving enterprises must also be willing to meet international standards.
It's about ensuring that the playing field is not just level, but also accessible. It is about giving local firms a fair chance, not a free ride, to participate in a new industry and to build the capacity and capability necessary to compete and thrive.
Throughout the day, participants were engaged in several panel discussions and presentations by industry and policy experts. Discussion focused on accomplishments and potential policy updates to the Local Content Act. I'm Antonio De reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned for regional news.
Sip on Fruta and win groceries for 6 months. Plus, score one of 6 65-inch TVs or over $1 million in cash prizes. Be one of 53 lucky cash and prize winners. Here's how. Buy any Fruta juice, find the code starting with BB, enter online or via WhatsApp. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Fruta Fruit Juice. Don't miss out. Drink Fruta and enter today. Real nice. Fruta.
Interested in honoring or paying tribute to a loved one, or just making a loved one feel special? HGP TV offers you all that and more. Air your birthday greetings, death announcements, and wedding anniversaries on HGP TV today. HGP TV offers affordable prices, convenience, and great services. Call us on 220-3660 or email us at sales@hgptv.com.
Good evening and welcome to Tuesday's edition of the Regional News. The humanitarian situation in Haiti is dramatically worsening, aid group Save the Children said, with underfunded security forces increasingly overwhelmed by powerful gangs and capital on the brink of collapse. In the first 3 months of this year, more than 78,500 people were displaced, more than double that of the same period a year ago, according to Save the Children. Quote-unquote, children in Haiti are trapped in a nightmare, the group's Haiti head said in a statement on Tuesday. Armed groups are tightening their grip over routes out of the capital and control nearly all neighborhoods in the city. Leslie Voltaire, who held the rotating presidency of Haiti's 9-member Transitional Presidential Council from October to March is in Honduras for a Community of Latin America and the Caribbean States CELAC Summit, in which Haiti will try to shore up regional support for its security efforts. The Transitional Council has lost popular backing in recent months as armed groups have extended their reach. Last week, thousands of Haitians took to the streets in protest. The international response to Haiti's crisis has been led by Kenya, which first deployed police officers last June for a multinational mission. There are currently around 1,000 security personnel with the mission, about three-quarters of them from Kenya. After clashes with gangs in recent weeks, Kenyan officers have suffered injuries and at least one possible death. At least 18 people died and more than 120 were injured after a roof fell at a nightclub in the capital of the Dominican Republic early Tuesday, authorities said. Crews were searching for potential survivors in the rubble at Jet Set in Santo Domingo, said Juan Manuel Mendez, director of the Center for Emergency Operations. Quote unquote, "We presume that many of them are still alive, and that is why the authorities here will not give up until not a single person remains under the rubble," he said. An official with a megaphone stood outside the club imploring the large crowd that had gathered to search for friends and relatives to give ambulances space. Quote unquote, "You have to cooperate with authorities, please," he said. "We are removing people." It wasn't immediately clear what caused the roof to collapse. As Trinidad and Tobago prepares for its upcoming general election, a leading technology expert is raising red flags about the growing role of artificial intelligence in political campaigning. Digital anthropologist Darren Dorey is warning that the technology has the potential to manipulate public opinion and undermine democratic processes. Dorey further cautioned that AI-driven tools such as ChatGPT could pose significant threats to election integrity if left unregulated. Dorey's comments come amid allegations from opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar that members of the ruling People's National Movement, PNM, are using AI to spread fake news as part of their campaign strategy. Recently, an audio clip surfaced purporting to feature a conversation between Persad-Bissessar and Tobago House of Assembly Chief Secretary Farrell Augustine, allegedly discussing collaboration ahead of the election. Persad-Bissessar has since labeled the clip as fake. Prime Minister Stuart Young has pushed back, suggesting there is evidence that the United National Congress, UNC, has also been using AI to create fake social media profiles and generate misleading comments online. Dorey said he would not be surprised if major political parties have already incorporated AI into their campaign strategies and highlighted the risks that come with it. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
Family pleads for justice in the killing of Linden father. 2 police killings in less than 24 hours triggers political firestorm in Linden. Police, protesters injured, public property damaged, and revise the Sexual Offences Act to include National Sex Offenders Registry. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm ALETHEA Grant. Thanks for watching.